downloaded in 2008 that she was from the Blue Ray. Go out and come back in. She received sacred knowledge on the Blue Ray and has been sharing the Blue Ray transmissions on Ascension, the ancient sacred technologies to empower the ultra-sensitive empath starseeds on the planet, letting them know they are not alone and assisting them with their mission of light on the planet. For years, the Blue Ray orb has appeared regularly to Shekina and manifest in photos. It is a light transmission generator from the higher planes that acts as a Stargate portal of home frequency to let us know it's time for our ascension and unity. And every time we do a show, look, I didn't even think about it. I put blue on today. You're wearing blue. And we always have these problems starting out. But that's okay. It's okay. I read everybody your blurb from the 2008 download, in case they weren't familiar with you.
Okay.
I forgot my manners. It's good to see you, my beloved sister. How's Sedona and all the beautiful snow?
Thank you. We're having a winter. It's we always have different winters. Sometimes it's colder than others. We're having a cold winter. Okay, yeah. I'm not complaining because our winter is really short. In February it could be nice. It's cold. I'm not able to get on the land as much. But yeah. It's beautiful, and it's not frigid cold or anything. It's not frigid cold. Yeah.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about the snakes when you do get out on the land.
Very good. You've been here. You've been here. Someone asked me about that in November, and or just recently in December, I was going to go on the land, and they're like, "What about the snakes?" I'm like, "The snakes aren't out now."
Well, the snakes don't bother you anyway. The reason I said that is because I know how you get on the land with the big stick in front of you.
Yeah.
So wow, it's a. I don't have to confirm this with you, but I know it's a very special time right now. I mean, since the 1st, but these last couple of days, the 11th and the 12th. Wow, just I don't even know what to say about it. I'm barely getting my arms around it. Today, I woke up and I was and it took me till 3 minutes before I turned this thing on to even balance enough just to talk. How's it going over there? How you doing?
Wow. The holy days that I take every year were phenomenal. The holy days I take are Christmas, December 25th till January 5th. Those are the holy days, and I take them and I just really tune in, and I don't do a lot except for tuning in, and they were magnificent. Then the 5th and the 6th happened, where we had that eclipse and those energies, and when that happened, things really shifted, and they have been shifting, and it seems as though, and I've been hearing too, that because I can't imagine how I am right now and how the energies are and how the energies are coming in from, okay, because I've been asking about that. Like the galactic, it's like the galactic highway. We're receiving major frequency, and sometimes sometimes I feel like, Todd, like in my moments, there's like this energy that will come in, a lot of heart energy. It'll expand my heart. This energy will come in, and it'll be so expansive to my being that for some moments I don't even know who I am. Yeah. And it's because even a month ago, what I was connected to, Blue Ray, angelic, everything, just is like, it just seems like it's expanding, and then it's like I'm feeling on top of each other everything, like I'm feeling the old energies are like coming in, like that have been a part of me, like memories that I haven't had before, just random memories about who I used to be. And
As a
so
human.
and
As a
I'm
human.
feeling that, but also feeling this newness.
Yeah.
And it's like being able to be so present with the energies that are happening. I've had a gamut since the 5th and the 6th. Sometimes the last couple days, around my time, around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I'll get so exhausted that I'll have to just lay down, and it's like I'm in this energy thing. It's like I won't go all the way deep sleep, but I'm kind of like out in like these different energies. This is extraordinary. Now I knew this is going to be a different year.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, it's going to be a different year than it was last year, especially for myself. Everything is being lined up differently this year.
Yeah. Yeah. 111 viewers. Somebody, Rosa Maria Aranza says, I think it's a collective purging of old energy. And that's what I would like yesterday, because I can relate to what you're saying. And I felt like this, I woke up in the morning and I had like this fear bomb. I didn't figure it out to the end of the day, but all day long, I kept getting these tones and I kept hearing, just align with the tone, just align with the tone. And I went out to the beach at the end of the day and just took a little walk, and I talked to the universe, and I was like, please, what the hell's going on? Please help me. And I just actually was looking out at the ocean, and I saw really the word just broadcast, just keep doing what you're doing. And last night when I went to sleep, I know I was totally off planet. I woke up this morning and I was not in my body. So what I was getting at is she was talking about these old energies. It was like yesterday, all these deep-rooted fears I had about all these different issues, about who I was, what Sology was, my relationship, me, anything. And it was like that feeling of who am I?
Yeah.
And so I wonder if what you're saying, is it it seems to be a challenge on the human aspect that we are, which is primarily the aspect that we are. Do you go through that? Does Shekina Rose go through that?
I've been going through major expansion. Yeah. I mean, what's true to my heart, what's true to my beingness, my true love.
Yeah.
That kind of remains constant. I adore and love Gaia, and I can't help it. So,
yeah.
However, how I commune with her and her archangels, the archangels of life, are more prevalent and more pronounced in my life. But I still adore Gaia, and I'm still out there, and Gaia helps me when I'm out on that land. I've got to be on that land because that's when it's really real. Or, the crystals of Sedona, when the crystals of Sedona came last year, that's still prevalent in my life. But it's more expansive, the understanding of what these crystals are and why they have manifested at this time from this vortex is expanding in my experiencing of them. So I'm expanding in the way that I relate to God, source, universe, life, and who I am, and then to other beings as well, to people, and to what I've experienced as source or God. It's all expanding for me, and I have to say too, it's very physical.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm having lots of very physical experiences as a human and as a woman. Because I'm noticing the shifts.
Yeah.
Real shifts from taking these energies. So what I want to share, because this has to do with, the Blu-ray as well, because, I'm many things. Blu-ray is very much a part of my divinity. And Blu-ray has blessed me in enormous ways, because Blu-ray has helped me to find kind of an energy connection on this planet. Yeah. And we're all beyond Blu-ray. Yeah. And Blu-rays also don't like to be categorized, like limited at all, because they're so expansive. They're really connected with the water element. But the Blu-ray has helped me on this planet to connect with my community, and to kind of understand a little bit why I am the way I am. Because I'm a Blu-ray transformer, because I'm an empath sensitive, and I'm always part of my nature, and part of the nature is Blu-rays, as and I want to say too that this information was new to me and new to the planet. In 2008, I was like literally just downloaded. I was from the Blu-ray, and in that download, and I didn't see it coming. I had no idea. When I got downloaded, that I heard it and I felt it. You're from the Blu-ray, and it was very interesting, because as soon as I heard that from the divine, from my star mother, like I recognized it. Like my cells, my soul goes, oh my gosh, I'm from the Blu-ray. And in that moment, when I recognized that I'm from the Blu-ray, it was like I accepted that download. I accepted that energy and that understanding from my ancient beingness. Yeah. And that's when all the Blu-ray information came upon the planet and gave me a place on this planet. Because before that, I really, Blu-rays are, we can be kind of in the background. It sometimes takes us quite some time to find our voice. But before that, I just felt like there wasn't a place for me on this planet. Like I didn't fit in anywhere. I wasn't indigo. I was a star being. I was angelic. I was this, but I didn't act like the indigos. The Blu-rays have a particular way that they deal with energies.
Which is what?
Pardon?
Which is what? How does the Blu-ray?
Well, like an indigo, how they deal with like overstimuli or things that are like toxic in their body, is a lot of times they'll be very hyperactive. And they'll be hyperactive, and their body will be hyperactive until they process it out. And they'll also, a lot of times I've noticed, they react immediately. They hear something, they feel something, it's like whatever it is, they just speak it right through. They can be very articulate, and sometimes can be right in your face. Blu-rays will get fatigued. They'll go inward. They'll be quiet. They'll like start backing off from the crowd. They'll need lots of time to be by themselves, because what they're doing is, and they have things like chronic fatigue issues, and sometimes strange ailments that they go to the doctors, and the doctors can't help them. And what the Blu-ray is doing is they're such transformers of energies. They go in their own space, and then they automatically start shifting the energies. Sometimes they don't even need to know how to do it. Mm-hmm. It's better if you're more aware of your energies and your empathicness as a Blu-ray, because it's part of your job. Like part of your job, Blu-rays have like 2 missions. The typical Blu-ray, and there's been a lot more expansive about the Blu-ray since 2008. There's all kinds of different connections to the Blu-ray, but it has been typically the Blu-rays come in sometimes difficult situations through family.
Yeah. And
I'll say the genetics are kind of intense, and they come in, and so their family, they don't know who they are. It's like they're odd. They're so odd, and they don't really fit into their family. And they're here in that particular family so that they can shift that generational line and those energy forms that are not for the highest and greatest good throughout the whole entire genetic line. So sometimes they're born, that's our first mission, is we're born into sometimes difficult situations. Yeah. We don't have enlightened parents usually. Yeah. Crystal children sometimes have to have at least one enlightened parent, an indigo parent or something like that, or they won't be able to survive. So we learn early on how to transform our energies. Okay, we're the peacemakers, always transforming our energies. We have to spend a lot of time alone. We've got to be really mindful. We just can't live unless you doled out your senses. Some Blu-rays, they're so sensitive, and they're experience other people's emotions. They're seeing beyond what people are telling them, that sometimes they drown out. There's a tendency sometimes to drown out, especially when you're in the earlier formative years, to do things that drown out the senses, whatever it be, food, addictions, what have you, to try to drown it out. But usually they come back.
Yeah. Let me ask you, okay, so you brought up, like, as 2 examples. 1, being in the background. 2, weird anomalies of, ailments or conditions, physical, that doctors don't understand. As we're going to 2019, do you feel that the Blu-ray voice is going to start stepping up and speaking more, and that some of these things that we went through at a physical level are going to go away or are fading away?
This is what I see. First of all, I want to say that all the starseeds, but the Blu-rays, you are here for the frequency. Okay? You're here to anchor that frequency, to shift that frequency, to embody that frequency, to be your transformers, your peacemakers, your forerunners, your light workers, your way showers, your forerunners, your grid workers. You're constructing the new architect, your gatekeepers, you're all of that. What I see this year for the Blu-rays and the starseeds, probably the old souls, because a lot of the old souls are Blu-rays, is that some of the ones that have been working and transforming and clearing and anchoring and evolving, and sometimes it seems like you have been doing it forever, for like lifetimes. It almost feels like that. The ones that have laid the foundation, have really laid the foundation, have done all of that clearing and transforming, you are going to see a different way of experiencing. You're not going to be needing to do that anymore. You're not going to be needing to continuously transform the energies. Now, because you're going to have a different kind of foundation now, and you're going to be experiencing, it's going to sometimes be almost unsettling sometimes, because you're so used to this other way.
Yeah.
But it's going to be very much being attuned to the frequency at the time, what you need to do at the particular time. okay? And a greater expression. Now, okay, so Archangel Michael was coming in prior as I was setting up. And Archangel Michael works, what I know, what Archangel Michael told me is a universal cosmic being. And Archangel Michael is one of the archangels that actually work with the blue rays and help them and assist them. And also Archangel Gabriel. So the archangels and some of the beings are going to be more prevalent and assisting to be stronger in the field. Archangel Michael was showing me how he helps. He's assigned to the earth and other places, but he's also assigned to the blue ray to help them to be strong and to strengthen their field. Okay, so the blue rays this year, those who have really done so much of that work, are going to be literally, if they're allowing that frequency, that bridge, are going to be stronger in their field. And that's going to mean that they're going to be more expressive and sharing in the world. Now, blue rays, because they're water, their element is water, okay? And water is deep, emotional, intuitive, very transforming, and creative.
Yeah.
So those creations that will be coming stronger in you to share will be different too. They don't necessarily need to be exact, like speaking your voice and speaking your truth as a blue ray can also be these creative expressions that you need to do.
Yeah.
Painting, writing, singing, putting things together, collaborating with particular energies, creating, bringing forth from the frequencies particular creations, however that they will be, to serve the world. So your expression is going to have more outlets.
Yeah.
I think much more outlets, and a stronger resonancy, a stronger field. Now, this is how I really see it, because we're in waves, okay? We're in waves. And that's how the blue ray came upon the planet. And that's how the indigos came upon the planet. And that's how the rainbows, the rays of creation, starseeds, came upon the planet. And that's how people come to Sedona. we do. Oh, we do. We all know that. Oh, the locals, the Sedonianites, we all come in these waves together. And a lot of times we'll come in main waves. And the blue rays came in like a main kind of wave together, like it was a large group. However, there's older blue rays, there's younger blue rays, there's all variable blue rays. But we have a tendency, whatever that we're doing, Todd, is we're not alone, and we're working like together consciously in these waves.
Yeah.
So I see the one wave, blue rays who been on the path for a long time, transforming all that, they're going to have quite a shift, because that kind of part is going to kind of fall a little bit more to the wayside. And they are going to be expressing themselves, and the reason why is because they're going to be stronger in their field, and because they're not transforming the energies all the time. And it's almost like that's your life. You're transforming the energies all the time. Okay? So that wave is going to be more expansive, more expressive, but very bold, very bold. So really, allow yourself for the new expression, the new expressions, or the empowered expressions. Then I see the other wave, and they're going to continue, and they're all going to be supporting each other as well. They're going to continue to do more transforming kind of work, healing work, transforming the energies. There's still, more transforming energies, and they have to learn that. They have to really get and learn who they are. And by being this transformer of energies, they really become like a master of who they are by these experiences that are happening to them. So I see I see two waves.
Yeah.
Because we're in 2019. 2019 started differently than last year. Last year, the energies weren't all lined up, ready to go bang on. Last year, it took me six months before I started to do anything into the year. This is a whole different energies, a whole different year, and it's real. And the frequency is more pronounced and more significant. It's like we're the frequency anchors.
The way you were, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just going to try to sum it up, that part of it, because I haven't heard it explained this way. So whether you're talking about the first wave of Blu-ray or the second, there is a commonality, and that commonality is that they've spent many, many years and lives transforming. Now we hit this next phase, and because of the work they've done, they've built this foundation, this foundation of vibrational frequency within their own field. And so there's a de-emphasis on transformation now, and there's an emphasis on just holding their own field that they've quote unquote mastered. And part of the way they do that, whether they're standing in front of 1 million people or no one, is through the painting, the creative expressions, the singing, the dancing, whatever the expressions of their soul are, because that frequency is carrying out through this grid, which we might call Blu-ray grid. And that's where the game changer is, which is also kind of explains to me, it seems like the only thing, it's kind of like trying to get used to something new because we're so used to doing something else. And so it's kind of a challenge to human, but I can kind of see that. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're explaining? As we go into this next phase, it's more about holding our field and expanding that universal pure love energy, as opposed to transforming all the time as we did in the past in all our past incarnations.
Perfectly put. Perfectly put, Todd. And meeting the frequency, because we have done this foundational work. Okay, so everything I'm saying, just go with your own, listen to your intuition and your empath. You will know if it's true or not, because everything that I say is coming from who I am and from the Blu-ray and from those divine sources. We have everything that we have done. It's not just now. We have done this work so that we could meet this time, so that we could meet the frequency. We knew this was, we came for Gaia. Gaia did pull out the call. We came for Gaia, and that's why so many adore Gaia, love nature. It's almost undescribable. She's a living being. Of course she is. So is Solara. And we came to meet that frequency I mean, Todd, this is really powerful. This is beyond Blu-ray. However, it's a way for us to have a community, to have connections. But it's all star seeds. It's all the planets. This frequency is happening. We came for the new frequency to truly shift these things upon the planet, this timeline. I mean, this is happening supergalactically. This is happening universally. These energies, and that's why we're here, to meet that frequency, to meet that frequency, and to bring it through us. And that's why being an empath sensitive is so valuable. It's such a treasure for the whole universe, us being here, because we change the dynamics of humanity. We're here for the new frequency, because by being empathic and sensitive, we're able to experience those energies. We're able to absorb those energies, that new frequency, and then bring it to the planet. We're the anchors. We're bringing it to the planet. And having that empathic connection helps to restore all the lines, Todd. All these lines, the divine human, the new human, all those lines that have been disconnected from us, we are reconnecting them. All of them. The nature, the archangels of life, the elementals, the angelics, all of those have been galactics, absolutely. The light realms, the interdimensional realms, they've been kind of disconnected from our humanity, and that we're turning them on. We're restoring them, but we're restoring them not in the way that it's been. I think you've talked about this. We're restoring them in the way that we are now.
Yeah.
We're setting a new humanity that has not been before, and we're doing it together. And being a sensitive empath is golden treasure, because you know things that can't be tampered with. You can't tamper with that. You can't put a screen memory in there. You know, you can't do all of these things. Not when you're an empathic sensitive. And that's why it's so valuable that this remains true, because those are going to these are restoring all the divinity of humanity. This is what you're doing. I think you need to, the empaths and the sensitives, I know it can be challenging. It can be extremely challenging to live at this time on this planet as an ultra-sensitive empath. And that's why all of you are ascended masters. You're ascended masters at this. I mean, you're truly, you've come from the ascended master line. You've come from, there was questions about the Blu-ray, and
I had
one
a
of the
couple
questions
of them. Go ahead.
Yes.
I
One of
pulled
the
them up, but go
questions
ahead.
was, I'm a Blu-ray, and I need to know if I'm Lyran or if I'm Syrian. And it's like, you're both.
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask. When you were explaining that, that's what I was going to ask you. That question came from Matt McMurray. I'm a Blu-ray ultra sensitive. I was wondering if Blu-rays are Lyrian, Syrian in origin for sure. But what you were explaining is that it's really everything. It's almost like a universal, mix, a representation of all the different star families.
Yes. Now, however, we have particular resonancy fields from those particular places. that we bring in, like myself. Okay, so Earth time, ancient Egypt, Atlantean, Lemurian, Venetian, Syrian, um, Lyra. Really? Okay, I have a Andromeda connection. You told me. Angel, an angel, the archangels. So I have all of those, and probably others. But I have those particularly because those particular resonances need to be expressed in my field. Okay, so I may not have some of the other ones that other Blu-rays have. Like we all have many. I don't think there's any, but okay, all right, yeah. Okay, so I'm getting some information because there's okay, for the Blu-rays, it's probably a variable. You're probably not just one. You're a few, but you have main ones that you're connected to, and that's why you're connected to the angels, or that's why you're connected to the fairies. A lot of the Blu-rays have connected to the dolphins and the fairy realm, because they've been connected to those beings before. They've been those beings before.
Yeah.
There's so many variables right now because we're at such a different place. Because Spirit was telling me, they were saying, because there's pure souls. There are pure souls on the planet. Pure souls are not Blu-rays. They're pure souls. I've met them, and there are other beings that are really soully aligned. There's hybrids, yep, that are some are really soully aligned to kind of like one star alignment, and they're almost here to be a complete emissary anchor just for that particular alignment.
To bring in that particular column of light, or that particular star family lineage. Yeah.
Yes. But I will say about Blu-rays that we tend to be like more. Like we're not just one. We're interested in the Ascended Masters. We're interested in Atlantis and Lemuria and ancient Egypt. We're interested in the goddess. We're interested in Lemuria. We're interested in the Palladians. We're interested in the Syrians. There seems to be like a lot of different energies that we're connected to.
Yeah. And one of the things that comes up, and I think that's been changing, and I'm glad you pulled these questions up. When I say changing, I think I'll just read the question. So Jillian Sheridan says, if we are pure beings of love and light, do we really need protection against an enemy or dark force? That whole protection element seems to have been evolving over the last year and a half, where people are, well, to me anyway, they seem to be in charge of their own protection and less need for ritual even and stuff like that. How do you feel about that?
I like the way you put that, and fabulous question. So I'll say how you said it first, and then I will expand upon from the Blu-ray. We're being more in charge of our light and our protection, as if we are becoming more, should I say that word? Do I have to say that word? Okay, that's a better word. So, channeling. Okay, source connected. I was going to say sorcery, a sorcerer. And that's just because, those old titles are really scary, right? And all it is that it's the person who works with source, who,
Yeah.
who works with more of, who works with the energies of the divine, the source. And it does,
Yeah.
and they don't have to go through a religious clergy person or this person. They are more in their sovereign power, and they work with source. So yes, I will agree with that. That we are becoming, and that's really important, because that's really like the next level that you need to be at. You need to be in charge of your own energy field and protection. Well, this is what I will say about this. We are, of course, we are. That's why we are these. Solara, come on in. A little bit more light here. I like it.
Next
Do you
thing you
see
know,
Solara coming in? Do you see Solara? Solara's coming into the class. I was asking those, Solara, will you come in for the show? And we are this. Absolutely, we are. We're really finding out who we are and who humanity is, because we do not know who humanity is. What we think humanity is, it's not. We are so much more than who we think we are. But we are these incredible, divine, pure beings of light. However, Todd, we do not live. Let's see, what dimension? What dimension would it take? 12. Okay. We don't live in the 12th dimension here on this planet. Okay. So it's very easy to see that we live on a planet of light and dark still. We still do that. And so as long as we're in this realm, I mean, when we leave, if we go to the 12th dimension, some of the cosmic fields where it's kind of this pure source light, you're in pure source light, and all you're dealing with is pure source light. But we're not. And part of why we're here is to come into that mastery of energies, and know that it's about energies. And so while we're here, I need to continue to be clear. I need to continue to be clear. I'm not going to eat all kinds of things that would be, downtrodden or hurt my system, or would block me, or would take all of my energy to try to transform it. I feel that we need to be very, I think we need to be even more aware of the energies. Because everything that we see in the 3D world that's being put out to us, how in the past we've known anything to be true is like people tell you things. They're all, what president do we do, or do we choose, or what do is this really true? How do we know this is true? It's this 3D reality. It's all about words. People say it, and how do we know that it's true? How do we know who this person is? Well, we know who this person is by empathically how we feel, and energetically what we can see. Okay. Now, we don't have to judge it as evil or negative or bad, but you don't want to be taking in things that are like going to dampen your frequency, or where you're going to have to transmute the energies, so that you'll feel good. You want to be in that resonancy. So I say, I try not to leave home without, my white light Sedona crystals. I love the resonancy field that it brings about for me. But I'm always working and bringing in that like frequency. So I say, don't disregard. I mean, if you get off the planet, that's different. If our planet turns into, a 9th, 10th dimensional frequency, then that's different. But we're still on this planet. And we're not 12 dimension at this time. Now we're working in those dimensions. We're the Blu-rays, all of us. No, we're working with all the interdimensionals. We're working with the higher realms. But I'm going to say you need to continue to be mindful about your energy and your field, and that you're clear and that you're connected. I don't think you should just not. It's like going into the city and going into the place, the darkest part of town, by yourself. You're not going to be wanting to do certain things. You want to be mindful and call it what you will. But energy, maintaining your energy field, that needs to continue because we're on this planet.
Yeah, it sounds like that. If you go back to what you were saying about the Blu-ray having been a transformer, and then we're moving to 2019, and it's shifted and it's become more of holding your own field, the center of the universe, you, and expanding that. And if you look at it, that's what the whole collective's doing, or that's what Mother Earth's doing. It's like going through all this transformation, but now actually holding a field and expanding that and increasing our dimensional awareness. I mean, it's interesting how that is correlated to our individual growth, because if the core of the new grid is, let's say, the Blu-ray, and those that have done the work and the transformation, that's what they're doing. They're holding their field now and expanding that field, and then obviously our external is going to mirror that.